Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All. And if you can talk, you can breathe. Arkansas officer tells man who later dies in police custody. First of all, this is from the Washington Post, and second of all, that's a terrible headline. If you can talk, you can breathe. Arkansas officer says before murdering man in police custody would be a better way to describe the situation. So, I've got the body cam footage. It's about 45 minutes. But I'm going to play a few areas that I found, and then read the article. So again, this is just cops killing more people for fun. This is what they do. This happened on February 4th, but it wasn't until recently that we got the full body cam footage. It's always interesting how they try to always release edited tapes, things that, aren't full. That way they can say, oh, well, look, we released something. We released like 13 seconds of audio. Come on, give us a break. As he begged police to stop using a taser on him on a supermarket's floor, Lionel Morris's cries echoed through the produce section of the store in Conway, Arkansas for 6.5 minutes. Morris had run from officers on February 4th and then placed one officer in a chokehold and tried to pull out an excellent reporting from the Washington Post, as always. According to police, after the supermarket had reported him for removing a drone from its packaging. Removing a drone? Like what does that even mean? But as an officer had his knee on the 39-year-old's back inside Harp's food store, Morris, handcuffed and laying face down, repeatedly offered a succinct and familiar plea. I can't breathe. Here's the thing, again. This isn't about defending, ooh, George Floyd was on drugs. Wow. Wow. That's profound. Oh, this guy was on drugs. Last time I checked, being on drugs, whether or not that's true, which is usually not true, especially if a cop is saying it, right? Whether or not it's true does not equate to a death sentence. This is the thing. You can't say, due process, when Brett Kavanaugh gets accused of rape and then gets on the Supreme Court anyway, and then you cry, due process, over and over again ever since then, and then say, oh, due process is when a cop kills you because you might be on drugs. It doesn't matter if he got the cop in a chokehold. It doesn't matter if he pulled out a knife. He was not in a position where he deserved the death penalty. That's all that matters. Cops are there to apprehend people. Why is it that they killed him after he was handcuffed? Oh, if maybe he tried to pull out a knife and then started charging and then the officer pulled out his gun and shot him, maybe then we could have an argument, right? At that point, maybe I'm open to an argument, right? But he was lying on the ground in handcuffs. So again, they only kill them when it's fun, when it's easy. Oh, they're already done? Our job's already done? Time for recess. Time for extra credit. Time for some fun. That's what they think of this. If you can talk, you can breathe. Chill out, replied the officer, according to body cam footage released by Conway Police Department on Wednesday. We got an ambulance. Minutes later, Morris was pulseless and unresponsive when medical personnel arrived. He was pronounced dead while being transported to the hospital. On Wednesday, the officers involved in Morris's death were cleared of criminal wrongdoing by the Arkansas State Police and prosecutors. The decision came the same day the police released edited body cam and security footage that illustrated a chaotic incident in which Morris seemingly made clear repeatedly that he was in medical distress. The story was first reported by KTVH. After a thorough review, the prosecutor determined that there was no evidence of any criminal wrongdoing by Conway Police Department or the Conway police officers involved in this unfortunate incident. Blah, 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 blah. The medical examiner concluded that Morris died of methamphetamine intoxication with a combination of exertion, struggle, restraint, and conducted electrical weapon deployment. That's like, again, remember when the George Floyd autopsy that the cops that was like, oh, he died of asphyxiation via stress. Oh, he had drugs in his system. Oh. And then there was an independent autopsy that was like, no, the dude was fucking murdered. It's like, again, never trust this shit, because it's always wrong. Again, even if he did have drugs in his system, that doesn't mean that abusing him after he's already apprehended is acceptable. Due process. Come on, y'all. Where's the due process? Free speech guys. Where are they? According to a letter from prosecuting attorney Carol Cruz, to explain his death in custody, Tapley pointed to the toxicology report's findings that Morris had substances including methamphetamine, morphine, amphetamine, opiates, and cannabinoids in his system. Wow. The level of drugs Mr. Morris had in his system and the strain he exerted while struggling with police ultimately contributed to his death. Not caused, but contributed. Give me a fucking break. So I'm just gonna play the little bits of footage here. This is him being tased.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Help me, please! Help me, please! Help me! Help me! Help me, please! Ah!
This is what's wrong with our society. Is what I'm seeing right now is someone being assaulted and attacked by gangsters in a uniform, and he's crying for help, and everyone's just standing there watching him as he dies. Think about that. If it were not a blue uniform, but a red uniform, or a green uniform, or a brown uniform, would people respond? Would people act differently? I'd like to think so, but at the same time, I don't really know. These people are just watching this man get murdered. It's disgusting. How convenient that the camera gets blocked here. So convenient. This is around the point where he's already handcuffed, and this is where they start taking him down.
Call the ambulance! Call the ambulance!
Get in your hand!
Oh my god! Give me your fucking hand! You're going to get
This way.
I'm gonna get Ben. I cuff you. Yeah.
No! Stop!
Hey, second cup, second cup, second cup. You're good.
Okay, so the handcuffs are on, yet
Don't move.
You know where he's cut?
Face. It's face, but I've got his blood all over me, so.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
He's not been tied down. He's gonna tie him down?
No, threw his knife that way.
Before that gets lost in this.
look at that. Did you see the way that this lady dropped this directly on top of the camera? You think that's accidental? You think that's an accident? Watch this in slow motion here. Watch this in slow motion. You think that this is anything but part of the routine? Look. She sees where it is. She identifies it. Tosses it right on top. Just like the playbook recommends.
Face the floor.
Okay, sorry about that. I forgot where the timestamp was, where the last moments are, so I just wanted to check it real quick. But this is at the very end of this guy's life. Again, there's no reason for the excessive force. Notice how they hide the camera, right? If you look at the tracking, they hide the camera during certain moments and then turn it back on. Hide it again, turn it back on. It's just what they do. So listen to this.
No, you're alright. It's on the back.
They're all laughing at him while killing him.
Yeah, I was there.
Whoever Stacy that was, I told him
said don't move.
Put your
Stop
hands down
moving.
and be still.
What is that? Stop moving. Why? Why? Like, what is he gonna do? Waddle over a few centimeters? Like, and? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uniformed, got fucking Batman belts, got all the fucking shit. They're all there. This guy is no threat. He's not able to leave. He's injured. And yet they're stepping on him. They think he is scum. It's just disgusting. Where is his due process?
Stand up. Put your hip back on the floor and straighten your leg out.
Why?
No.
Straighten your leg out. As we have our fucking foot on your ankle. Yeah, straighten it out. This reminds me again, and I use this story a lot, when I got swatted, and I had a SWAT team of about 12 or so people with guns pointed at me. They told me to get on the ground, and then, sequentially afterward, walk backwards. What? How do I walk backwards when I'm on the ground? How do you straighten your leg out when someone's fucking got their foot on your ankle and someone else is on your chest? How does that happen? It doesn't. That's the thing. They give you impossible commands to follow, and then when you fail, they kill you. And then nothing went wrong. Nothing to see here.
Head down and be still.
Okay.
I think I might have done that.
You got hand sanitizer? You got hand sanitizer? No, I can't breathe. Sir, please. Oh, I can't breathe.
That was me that had him.
Wilson.
I smashed his head off that.
I was ready to grab her anyway. We got the knife. Is that blood? I'm so sorry. That's blood, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Again, you can watch the full thing if you really want to, but it's like they don't care about you. That's what you need to know is I don't like all the people that are back in the blue. They don't care about you. They are not giving people their due process that you claimed to care about so much a year ago, and now you don't care about it at all. They don't care. Cops are not on anyone's side except their own. It is a gang. The only difference is that this gang has been sanctioned by the government. That's it. Disgusting.